For the athletics competitions at the 2016 Summer Olympics, the following qualification systems were in place. Qualification ended on the 11th of July 2016. Russian disqualification. Because of the suspension of the Russian Athletics Federation by the IAAF due to widespread doping violations, Russia currently will not qualify as a team for these Olympics or other international competitions, and unless this suspension is lifted in time, Russia will be unable to send an athletics delegation to these games. While Russia will continue to seek further appeals, the IAAF confirmed its decision on the 18th of June 2016 after a report by a 5-member task force which reported that Russia had failed to fully address its deep-seated culture of doping. The IAAF did provide for the possibility of accepting individual Russian athletes who have been sufficiently tested outside of the Russian system. One athlete suggested was Yulia Stepanova for her efforts to expose the scandal, the systematic doping that has been ongoing in Russia. It's difficult to pick the clean athletes. As you know, 1 or 2 or 100 negative tests does not mean an athlete is clean. History has not shown that that is the case. The IAAF then stated on the 24th of June that athletes from Russia seeking exceptional eligibility for international competition under Competition Rule 22.1a will be considered and have the permission to compete, not for Russia but as a neutral athlete, following guidelines. These athletes have to clearly and convincingly show that they are not co-involved in the Russian system. On the 1st of July 2016, Yulia Stepanova became the first neutral athlete to be qualified under these rules. Darya Kulishina, who lives in the United States, has also been given permission. They will compete as independent Olympic athletes. The Court of Arbitration for Sport confirms that verdict and rejects the appeal of 68 Russian athletes. On the 21st of July 2016, qualifying standards. Different from the previous Olympics, a National Olympic Committee may enter up to 3 qualified athletes in each individual event if all athletes meet the entry standard during the qualifying period. An NOC may also enter a maximum of 1 qualified relay team per event. NOCs may enter athletes regardless of time if they have no athletes meeting the entry standard. This makes it possible for every nation to have a minimum of 2 representatives in the sport. The qualifying time standards may be obtained in various meets during the given period that have the approval of the IAAF. All approved outdoor meets and indoor meets with the exception of 100 meters, 200 meters and 110 100ths of a meter hurdles races are eligible. The qualifying period for the 10,000 meters, marathon, walks, and combined events was from the 1st of January 2015 to the 11th of July 2016, and for the remaining events, for the 1st of May 2015 to the 11th of July 2016. For the relays, a maximum of 16 qualified NOCs shall be entitled to each event. The top 8 teams in each event at the 2015 IAAF World Relays guaranteed a spot on the respective NOCs for the Olympics. The remaining half in each event are selected according to IAAF World Ranking List as of the 12th of July 2016 based on the aggregate of the 2 fastest times achieved by NOCs during the given period. In addition to the qualifying standards below, marathon runners finishing in the top 20 of the 2015 IAAF World Championships or in the top 10 of any IAAF Gold Label marathon within the qualification period are also treated as having earned the A standard. The NOCs are still allowed to select athletes using their own rules, on the condition that all of them have made the qualifying time. For example, the United States selects athletes based on the result of the 2016 United States Olympic trials event, but has a policy of entering every athletes that qualified. Sweden only enters athletes good enough to reach at least the 8th position, based on an assessment by the Swedish NOC. The IAAF qualifying standards are as follows: track events. Men's track events: men's 100 meters, men's 200 meters, men's 110 meters hurdles. Women's track events: women's 100 meters, women's 200 meters road events. Men's road events: men's marathon. Qualifying for the Kenyan marathon team is the most competitive. 427 Kenyan men achieved the qualification standard. Women's road events. Field events: men's field events, women's field events, combined events. Relay events: IAAF qualified relay teams.